Hi, this is a message for the collective for this week of December 16th through the 22nd. So listen along if you'd like. There might be a message in here for you, and please only take what resonates. I will be answering a yes or no question for you at the end of this reading. So think of any yes or no question that you have, and I will answer that when I'm done going over the spread. Now, please keep in mind that timelines are fluid, so there could be the intention of doing something or, wanting to take an action this week, but it's not done until a later date. So keep that in mind. All right. So this has been kind of a crazy energy, and I usually, do my weekly readings different, and I split them up with, between the zodiac signs, but I don't know. There's just been kind of this really weird energy in the air, I feel like, collectively, so I felt like a collective one might be better. This week, we did have a very intense full moon, and I know that there's a lot of things going on in the world right now that have people on edge, so let's do this collective. Let's get into it. So I did pull a lesson and theme for all of us for this week ahead. We have playing it safe, but it's in reverse, okay? So I'm going to read the description for you real quick. It says, fenced in. When this card is in reverse, it marks a time of moving on to something or someone new. Perhaps you are making the choice yourself, or perhaps a situation outside yourself is forcing the change, such as the downsizing of your company or the sale of the house you've been living in. You have the power to break out and make some personal changes as well. You have been feeling the need, have you been feeling the need to free yourself from a difficult situation or relationship? The world is opening up for you now. Even if you've been hesitant or fearful before, rest assured that you are more powerful than you think. You no longer have to limit yourself to play it safe. Sometimes the safest thing you can do is take a risk. So the affirmation for this card says, the world is a wonderful place, and I have all the power and resources I need to make it mine. And as you can see, she's kind of sitting behind the fence, just kind of a little apathetic, maybe a little bit bored, and there's fireworks behind, right? There's excitement out there, but there's playing it safe, but it's in reverse. So, getting away from that is really good. Now, there was another card that was on the bottom, and it's the status quo card, upright. It says staying the same, and I'm not going to read the full description for this one, but this card, upright, is telling you to basically, do things the way that you would normally do them, like stick to the status quo of things when it comes to work, and your job and relationships or location, that there's some sort of momentum gaining right now. And it does say that if status quo turns up at a time when you are actually going through some significant change, which I feel like a lot of people are collectively right now, it's telling you to engage in the personal activities that will help you maintain as much inner balance as possible. Remember, the center of your status quo is always your divine nature. The affirmation for this says, I determine the emotional energy of my life. My inner strength flows through every experience. So there's something here about needing to find the balance between not playing it safe, but also maintaining this inner status quo within yourself where you are trying to find personal peace. Maybe doing, not super breaking out of your routines, but needing to do something to shake it up in order to do something. Now, on the other end of that, there could be an energy of having opposing energies in the collective right now, where you have some people who are ready to risk it all and take and stop playing it safe, and then you have other people who are I just want to maintain the status quo. So collectively, I'm feeling that right now, because when I look at the tarot cards, I do have 2 of Wands and the 8 of Swords here, and so there's this collective energy and lessons and themes going on right now of holding yourself back from taking the next steps, from choosing a direction. Do you choose the one you're already in, or do you go on a new one, right? And the 8 of Swords is the illusion of being trapped. It's almost a victim mentality, and if you look right here in the mirror, she's looking at herself and she sees herself all tied up and all of that, but in reality, she doesn't have any of that, so that's how she sees herself. But there's a sense of feeling held back from taking the next steps, but almost feeling this need, you need to do it. So half of the collective could be feeling one of those ways, and the other half could be, feeling the other way, the opposite way. Or internally, maybe we're all feeling the shift of do I maintain the status quo? Do I stop playing it safe, right? Trying to find that balance within ourselves. So those are kind of the big lessons and themes coming up right now. Now, for these cards, I did pull some cards here. These are things that could come in or come up for you here this week. And if you know these do not fit your life, do not try to make them fit, okay? I have unrequited or unbalanced, rejection, marriage or life partnership. Sorry, there's a glare. I have therapist, long-term, and then I have creativity. And what you don't see coming on the bottom of the deck is they will reach out. So they will reach out, and then I have recognition, internship, travel, and teacher. and commitment is the main clarifying card. So somebody will reach out to you about some form of commitment. Now again, this could be like romantic, right? You know, that's the first thing that pops in your head. But a lot of the clarifying cards aren't romantic. So this could be something about also, like, if you're looking for a job or have been, you know, waiting for recognition for something outside of relationships, you could have like a business or a boss or you know, somebody who wants to partner with you on something reach out as well. But it has to do with some sort of commitment. Now, again, apply that to love if you need to. With recognition, internship, travel, and teacher, you know, somebody maybe still, you know, to not take these so literally, internship is somebody who had a lot to learn or still has a lot to learn, and there's somebody teaching somebody something here, right? And with that, maybe somebody's getting recognition for some sort of forward movement. It doesn't have to be literal travel, right? So maybe somebody's just moved forward, and maybe somebody's like saying like, I want to commit now, or we want you to come commit to us. So I don't know, what you don't see coming is somebody's reaching out, okay? Now for the other cards here, unrequited, unbalanced, somebody was rejected in the past. Maybe somebody wanted marriage or life partnership, somebody rejected that, or maybe you did marry this person and, you know, there was not an equal give and take in the relationship. Somebody has been seeing a therapist. This was a long-term relationship, and somebody might try to get creative on how to like get you back. This could be the person who is reaching out. Maybe you're trying to reach out to somebody, but just make sure somebody has been through therapy. I'm never an advocate for staying where you shouldn't stay or with somebody you shouldn't stay with for too long if you know that you're just going to repeat a cycle. So that's my thoughts on that. Now getting into the tarot here, I do have the Seven of Wands, the Nine of Cups, the Fool, and the Four of Pentacles. So there's definitely, again, very opposing energies. Seven of Wands, Four of Pentacles are very defensive, pushing away, setting very strong boundaries type energy. And this is about holding back, coming from a place of lack, not wanting to give or let go of something, right? And the Nine of Cups and the Fool is about somebody wanting to take a risk, take a chance on a new beginning, taking a leap of faith off of that cliff to get some sort of wish fulfillment, And those are the two. It's interesting the way that these came out too, because you have the two protective cards on the ends while the one, like what you really want to do is in the middle. So there's definitely collectively like this very hesitant defensive energy, but at the same time really wanting some form of fulfillment here, but I don't know, being very unsure about taking that risk, right? I have the Ten of Cups, the Tower, Scorpio energy, and I did also have Pisces and Aries energy with the Fool. I have Judgment, which is another Scorpio card, and Four of Swords. You know, I think Tower, Judgment came out in one or two of my readings for last weekend. But when you have two very Scorpio cards here together, Scorpio is the card of death and destruction. But death and destruction in order to rebuild, in order to transform, to change, to make better. But it's uncomfy. And so a lot of times this is like a major realization or come to Jesus moment for me when I see these together. Major realizations of something. And this has to do with something when it's coming to like, how do I be happy with the Ten of Cups? Ten of Cups is the ultimate happiness card. It's family, it's love, it's building something long term. And Four of Swords is about being able to rest and take care of yourself, right? So there's kind of these major thought processes about things that are changing, possibly in the world, possibly just in your life, maybe even thought processes changing as well, like, and how, you know, trying to figure out almost how do I get to a place where I am at peace and also in love with my life, right? Tell me about the Tower and the Judgment, please. I have the Page of Pentacles, Empress, which is Libra, Taurus energy, Five of Pentacles, and the World, which is all of my fixed signs, Scorpio, Leo, Taurus, and Aquarius. There's a lot of Scorpio energy in here. So if you have prominent Scorpio placements, this could be for you. There's something here about, I feel like a cycle of rejection, of temporary financial loss, of feeling left out in the cold, of abandonment or bad health, even just negative thought processes. And a lot of times when we have negative, like consistent negative thought processes that we start speaking out loud, that's when more negative things manifest. Now, I'm not saying if you have anxiety or OCD or something where you constantly have racing thoughts and negative thoughts that you can't control, like I get it, I have that stuff as well. I'm not saying that that's going to manifest. I want to make that very clear, so do not worry about that, okay? But when we start to speak those things out loud and say, this never works out for me, or why even do this, you know, anything like that, that's when things can manifest. So try to like do what you can to at least just not speak it out loud, okay? So there's that, and then the World. So you know, kind of this cycle of like negative loss here, and that the Page of Pentacles and the Empress are two very abundant cards, right? You have the Child of Earth energy here, Pentacles, which is family, health, money, stability, community, right? It's something that you could build upon And then this is the Mother card. The Empress is all of the queens combined in the deck. She's the nurturer. She can make the best of anything. She is life. She is creation, right? Beauty, abundance. So it's like there's the sense of almost having to start over, almost, I don't want to say as a child, but at the beginning stages to get out of this negative cycle so that you can birth something beautiful, right? And this could be yourself. If you are, trigger warning, but if you are someone who has been trying for a child and maybe there's been cycles of maybe miscarriages or something like that, and I do, I'm really sorry if that's happening to you, but I do see a chance of maybe getting some sort of professional help, like IVF, here, or something that could help in that situation. So what's one last kind of message from the collective that they need to hear? Nine of Pentacles, being single, independent, enjoying the fruits of your labor. I have Cancer energy with the Chariot, Leo energy with the Strength, and the Three of Pentacles. There's definitely something about you needing to embrace a sense of independence. Now, if you are in a relationship, I'm not saying you have to be single, okay? I'm not saying you have to break up with somebody if you're happy with them, but it's always important to retain your independence in relationships, right? But there's something about maybe needing to travel. Remember when I said travel? But so either you have somebody who's single and looking good and stable, they're coming in strong, they're coming in confident, they want to work something out with you, okay? Another situation is you needing to be strong and confident enough to go where you're feeling divinely guided and to get away from, I feel like, a place that's not paying off, whether this be a relationship, whether this be a job that you just keep putting effort into and nothing ever comes back to pay off. There's a sense of having to gather up your courage to go to a place where there is collaboration, there is independence, financial independence, maybe even starting a project where you're working for yourself or collaborating with others to start a business, something like that. But it's going to require a lot of strength and courage for you to overcome. But the Chariot always says that there will be triumph at the end, right? So let's get some self-care advice here. Self-care advice, please. We have Balance. Balance says juggling too many things at once, find time for yourself. And then Sleep and Rest. We did get that sleep card here, didn't we? Four of Swords. It says let your body have the peace it deserves without feeling guilty. And then on the bottom I have Awakening. A realization, shift, or discovery. And remember, we have those two Scorpio cards, the Tower and the Judgment, which was about that kind of realization here. So interesting. You might be getting some dreams. Listen to your dreams here. They might be trying to tell you something. All right, straight to the point, blunt advice real quick for the collective, please. It says you are giving away your power. You are a badass, act like it. And one more, please. I have dollar signs and it says make it rain. And then on the bottom it says rebel because fuck it. So if you're one of those people who's like, I feel like I need to break out of the status quo, I feel like I need to take a risk, they're saying do it. Obviously don't be dumb, but do it. Figure out how you can do it and then do it. All right, I'm gonna answer that yes or no question for you real quick. So think of that yes or no question that you have. Pause if you need to. I'm gonna answer that for you now. Ooh, all right. I have the Temperance and the Queen of Cups. So to me, that is a yes. However, there's a sense of you either needing to find emotional balance and to also be patient here with the process. So I feel like this is yes, but you are going to have to be a little bit patient in order for whatever you asked about to become a yes. All right. So I hope this helped, and don't fuck it up.